sometimes you gotta laugh. You have to laugh.
You do. You better laugh.
Keep from crying, cause my God, today, let me tell you something. Hey y'all, hey, hey. Did you miss me? What show that was? Was that on Martin? He said, "Did you miss me?" My goodness, but we are back. We are live and in effect. Okay. Listen, listen, y'all. We on CP time tonight. Okay. Y'all have to please forgive us for tonight. Okay. Let me tell you something. When I say everything that possibly tried to happen tonight, it tried it, but here we are. We are live. Welcome, y'all. Hey, I hope y'all have had an amazing day, because you know what, that little roadblock, it ain't gonna stop no show. No, it's not. Cause look at God. We here. We here. Like Mary J. Blige say, take me as I am. Cause we
Yeah.
here, y'all. We are here. I hope everyone has had an amazing week. I mean, I missed y'all. It's been 7 days since the last time I have seen y'all. My goodness. What are y'all up to? Put it in the chat. Again, thank you all for who are still rocking out. People who were refreshing their screens because they thought we wasn't gonna be on tonight. We are here, y'all. We wasn't gonna leave y'all hanging, because we have to definitely finish up this powerful series that we have been talking about the last 3 weeks. And if you have missed episodes 1 and 2, you have missed out on a lot. So you need to go back and catch up on that, and then come back and watch this, because I'm telling you, we have dropped so many nuggets, knowledge. We took notes. We were just sharing so much. And tonight is one of my favorite topics. We talking real talk. That's all we do here. There ain't nothing less, nothing more, nothing less. We just want straight up real talk. We keep it real raw and uncut up in here. So without further ado, I would like to welcome everyone back to an amazing episode here. I am excited to have you join us for part 3 of this powerful series. And I have a surprise for y'all. We are not done. We have actually one more episode before we wrap this up that we definitely want to make sure that we tie it all together at the end of this. But for part 3, like I said, we are talking about rooted and rising, how to keep it going when life gets real. And tonight we talking about the real talk. We're continuing to rise. We were rooted, we have risen, and now we're going to have that real talk, right? We touched on some of these topics that we're going to talk on tonight in the past episodes, but we just going to dive deep. We're going to dive deep on them because we talked about how it gets ugly, what that journey looks like. So we're going to dive deep into that tonight. Just getting even deeper in the journey of growth, perseverance, and purpose. Life has its challenges, but tonight we're uncovering the steps to rise above obstacles. Clearly, we're here. We're late, but we're here. Embrace your strength and keep moving forward no matter what. No matter what is thrown at you. Sometimes you got a little pivot, do them little football moves when they be shaking them and stuff like that. There you go, move them shoulders. That's right. And sometimes, you have to do that in order to still show up. So if you're ready for encouragement, real conversation, and inspiration to rise in every area, then tonight is the night that you want to be tuned in and locked in. So let's get it started. Let's get it cracking, y'all. Y'all already know. Welcome to my newcomers and welcome back, Ladies Lounge family. In the podcast, we definitely ask that you are respectful, ask questions, engage actively. Most importantly, we gonna have fun. Okay. One thing I do believe in is that you have to have fun. Life is already serious enough, right? We have to laugh. We gotta laugh at our own selves. Like, we just had a laughing moment before I hit that we finna go live. We like, at this point, we just finna do it. Okay. And sometimes you have to talk to yourself like that. You have to tell yourself, at this point, okay, enough is enough. Like we've said in past episodes, Rosie said it. Sometimes you got to tell yourself it's time to go lay down to take a nap because you have outdone yourself, and just regroup. Sometimes you just have to just keep going. You don't have time to take a nap in some instances. So we just gonna dive into that. But before we do, welcome, Rosa. Welcome back. How are you? It's been 7 days. How are you?
And I am truly, truly blessed. I am great. I am loving life.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I love it. I love it. And welcome back. And thank you for being here and taking time out of your Wednesdays to come hang out with me and have these powerful conversations. So tonight I just have a little icebreaker as we always start off the show with. If you can describe your current life season with a weather forecast, what would it be and why?
Sunshine and rain because it's so many blessings, and then it is raining in the midst of the sunshine, and I am yet still able to smile and push forward no matter what.
I love that. Sunshine and rain. I almost bust out singing for y'all tonight. It was just like a song that came in my head when you said sunshine and rain, but that's neither here nor there. We probably have like a karaoke later down the line on that one, but definitely can understand the sunshine and rain. Because like we said before in previous episodes, you definitely have to, suit up. Sometimes you have to put on those rain boots and raincoats and dance in the rain, right? And then definitely if you could dance in the rain, you will enjoy that sunshine. Because now
Yeah,
the sunshine, you can get cute and put on your sundress, and put your sandals on and kick your feet up, have your little nice drinky drink or whatever the case may be, sip on that ice water, whatever your choice of beverage is. But definitely we can appreciate the sunshine, after the rain. I think just my current life season, I'm going to say the weather forecast is a hurricane, but not like everybody, us in Florida, we have hurricane parties, right? We go to Publix, pick up your cake, and we just gonna have a whole party, right? So the season that I'm in is just like it's everything is a whirlwind, but I am in the eye of the storm, and that's where it's beautiful. That's where the sun is shining, and it's gonna be some rain. But while everything is just in this whirlwind, I am in the midst of it, and I'm able to just stop and appreciate life itself. Just being able to take a moment to say, you know what, I woke up today because there's some people that didn't make it.
absolutely.
And I think we do take that for granted sometimes, just because we're so used to waking up. That's just the norm.
Yes.
We don't know what that experience is of not waking up. And so they truly showed me the lesson that we really do need to love on our loved ones like hard. I'm talking about when you say life is short. And I've heard people say life is life, and sometimes take a moment to just call that person to say, hey, I'm just checking in on you, or hey, I'm proud of you because I see that you are being consistent with your workout, or I'm just proud of you because I see that you are just showing up for yourself, whatever the words that you are led to say. Or it could just be a simple I love you. Somebody needs to hear it today, because we often are taking it for granted because we're conditioned to wake up, we're conditioned to go to sleep at night, wake up in the morning. But when that breath is taken away from you, then it's too late to want to give your flowers. So give them to people while they are here, while they can smell the flowers, and take them outside and put it in the sunshine. But that's enough about that, because I could go on and on, because today has been a really, really heavy day. If you follow me on Facebook, I posted on Facebook, but I wanted to say it here personally. Just shout out to everyone that has lost a loved one. My heart goes out to each and every one of you. you know just sending some positive love and light your way, because it's not easy. Take it one day at a time, even if you have to take it minute by minute, slow it down second by second. And we do hope that tonight's episode and the conversation that we have, it is something that you can take from and utilize this throughout your day, because we are here to talk some real talk. Okay. We are here to just be real, because that's all we can do. And I do believe that people need to hear it, because
Yeah,
everything that we're talking about, just because we sit in here and we could laugh because it took us this long to get on, because it was just so much going on, and we could still laugh about it and not sit back and worry, and not sit back and get upset. It takes a lot. You have to just be real. You
real.
know, we
Yeah,
got to be real with ourselves. Like, and really think about it, because my mom used to often say this, but did it really harm you? I can't say it how she wanted to say it. I don't know if I can say it on here, but did it really harm you? Y'all
Right.
know what I'm talking about if you grew up in that. You grew up in the Black household. Did,
Yes.
did you survive? You still here? And I find myself often saying that, like, you're still here. You
Yeah.
got this. And we talked about having people in your corner to remind you of that. So let's dig in a little deeper, y'all, tonight. So I have my first question here. We talked about being in the valley and rising up. But let's have that real conversation of what that looks like, whether you're in the valley or in the mountaintop, because it's still the challenges and obstacles that you have to go through. Don't think because you up high that you still, you untouchable.
Correct.
That's when you are touched the most. If you want me to be honest with you.
Amen.
When it gets real and raw up in there. But let me ask you, Rosa, what are some silent battles people don't see behind the scenes of your journey?
They don't see how, as an African American woman, I'm just say that first.
Mm-hmm.
The things you deal with day to day, the the mindset of your generational background, things that you have to overcome that not really yours, but it is yours because it's come from the bloodline. It comes from who my father is, who my mother is. And and saying all of that, we deal with things that we really have to dig deep,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
look at ourselves and ask ourselves questions about how can I really get through these things without losing my mind,
Oh, right.
allowing something to overcome me that I know I shouldn't even be a part of. And
Mm-hmm.
me being a part of different groups, I say that I I lead a lot of groups like Heart and Soul. I'm a part of that. I'm a part of My Time. When you organizing with people and you have to maintain yourself and hold a professional, be professional, and and also be a woman of integrity and a woman of faith, because people think they could say any and everything to you and you not respond. So I have learned those are the silent battles, that my mouth can be dangerous. But I refuse to react on everything someone say. And I had that issue today. I said, you know what? This is not mine. I'm not gonna pick it up. I'm just gonna pray and share the word of God with the group. And that's it. I let it go and I'm done. Because people think you could some people really think you could just work miracles. I'm not a miracle worker. God works all things out for me. And all the
Right.
fight, like in the midst of the fight, is favor because God is developing me to be stronger. And so even though
Right.
I do get frustrated, I do feel a lot of emotions, but I've learned how to do the self-talk to regulate. That makes
Right.
I regulate my emotions. Let's talk about it. Regulating my emotions, not to react. Because
Right.
my
Right.
hey, I can say a cuss word, but is it to handle it? Is it
Right.
take off my earrings and get ready to be Mike Tyson? No.
Right.
So I'm learning more and more how to work through a lot of my emotions and how to, truly relax and take a deep breath and not react always to my husband or always to my sister or always to my child. You understand? Because
Right.
the energy that I give them can be so negative and have a great impact. So people are looking at me just to always keep the peace, and I'm a peacemaker. But sometimes I wanna be the firecracker.
Mm. And that's the part that people don't get to see. Like it looks so easy because it's like, oh, she is just so sweet and she's always smiling and she always have these words of encouragement, and you one thing I've realized, I'm gonna speak for myself, is and I said this earlier today, that this is not me leading. Because if I would lead, it's gonna look a little different. That response maybe maybe a little, it's an edge to it, or like you said, I'm gonna throw a cuss word out there, one or two, because it just adds some seasoning. But then when you look at the situation, like you said, is it even really worth it to respond that way? Like, just being real, like that's why I always check myself, like, am I in my feelings right now? Is it because I have so much going on around me that I am reacting?
Yes, 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 absolutely. I feel that very deep, and that's why I'm learning, and that's what a lot of people don't think we go through anything, that we have hard times or challenging times. Yes, we do, and yes, we may say things or react in ways that we shouldn't act. But one thing about it, I don't look to man to forgive me. I want
Right.
forgive me if I come to you and ask you for forgiveness. But I thank God for being a forgiving God and a loving God and a compassionate God. Let me put it like, let me correct this.
Right.
I want to walk in forgiveness.
Right.
Because
Right. Right.
and I, and when I, go to my fellow man, if I've said I'm or done anything and I'm asking you for your forgiveness, I hope you can receive it. Because now it's no longer on me, it's on you. Because I did humble myself.
Right.
And that's one thing about me. I don't mind humbling myself. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I would check myself. I'm one of my biggest critics.
Hmm.
Something, if I offend someone, I think about it later, you know what? Rosie, you shouldn't have said that like that. Somebody may not be able to take it that way. You didn't mean no harm, but what kind of day I know they had? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
Or how they may be dealing with something, a trauma that I don't know. But you
Right.
always try to show kindness and compassion. But if I don't charge it to me, charge it to knowing that, hey, she might be really going through something. If she reacted like that, it's a reason behind that.
Right. Absolutely. And I definitely agree with that. And it takes a lot um to get to that point, because we are human at the end of the day. And you know um and we are women, so some stuff we are a little bit emotional on, and we do want to react. But being intentional, when you are at that mountaintop, you understand that the intentions hit a little different, for yourself, because then you also look and you reflect on, well, I got to be mindful of, like you said, of how I react, because then what I don't want to add on to now is I got to go back and apologize. It's not that I have an issue with the apology, but that's just, I don't have room on my plate. Now I got to go back and be like, dang, such and such that, took what I said the wrong way. That wasn't what I meant. So now I got to go through that's just too much. It's too much. So being mindful and being intentional, even though you know what it is that you want to say, but sometimes you don't even have the room to just react, and you definitely don't run to social media and post any of
Right.
that. That's not what you do when we on this mountaintop. Like, and I posted something the other day. It tickled me. It tickled me, and it was a post about just because we don't speak, like, to the terms of, just because we don't speak doesn't make us enemies. Like, I really don't care about you.
Right.
And that's just truly what it is, because, and it's not a bad thing. Like, I have so much going on in my world. I just told y'all it's a whirlwind in the season that I'm in. There, and that whirlwind doesn't mean that it's all bad. It's just a lot going on, and it's a lot of motion going on that I don't have time to just react. Sometimes, I don't. And because if I do, like I said, it's just going to be too much. But those silent battles when you do want to respond, and like it said in the chat, every action doesn't require a reaction, and you will learn that along your journey. I often say that people use that hashtag of that healing journey or my personal journey. They use it as a hashtag, like it's just something that's going to make them go viral and get them these views. But when you really are doing the work, we said it in the previous episodes, it gets dirty, it gets raw, it's ugly. Sometimes it even gets dark.
Yes.
And and sometimes you just have to rely on your faith. You have to rely on your morals and values to pull you up out of it. And so when you understand what you just went through, you really don't have time. I'm too busy working on how do I be a better version of myself than I was today, to then just be worried about and even your own personal battles, because I have to sit here and like I got to reassure myself and do that positive self-talk. Like,
Exactly.
did you make it through it? Is it really that serious? Is it really that serious? Okay, your Wi-Fi was acting up and you couldn't get on when you needed to get on and start the show when you needed to start the show, but what matters the most is that you still started and you finished it.
Correct.
That's it. That's all. That's just where I am with it. Right? You may not have been able to get through your whole day of work because you just wasn't feeling good, but you still showed up until you couldn't no more. And sometimes that in itself, you clap for yourself just for that, because those silent battles that people don't get to know about, it's for a reason. And that's between you, yourself, and your God.
That's
So
right.
those sacrifices that you have to make and, behind the scenes, what that means. It's not for everybody else. And that's the problem. We put our business so much out there, especially on social media. We talking to everybody. Like we said before, we have to close our mouths and we have to go through those sacrifices and struggles
Yes.
in silence. Sometimes it has to be silence because there's nothing that I could say to you that's gonna help you in that moment, because it's not that's not the time.
It's exactly. And I'm listening to you talk, and and you're saying some very powerful things, and this come with life maturity. When you go through after all the greatest challenges, after all of your struggles, your deepest struggles, like you're saying, and then your most painful failures. I have failed. And how the silent battle with, let's bring up the election that I recently went through. That was a silent battle that I went through. I knew I had already made up in my mind, but in my head, I was saying, God, I was telling God, let your will be done. Let your perfect will be done. Not me, but I'm like, God, I thought I was, this was okay. I thought about it. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm in this season of my life. It wasn't for me. And I've accepted that. And I'm not the same. In the midst of all of that, I realized that I'm not the same. I'm stronger, I'm wiser, and I'm more intentional. Because what I can do now, I couldn't sit on that commissioner seat and do what I'm doing now. I'm It's like I have more free will. And so God dealt with me on that.
Right.
You understand? Because
Right.
always where you think the win is. See, I'm winning because I'm out here doing and just being more involved, more engaged. And I'm
Right.
thankful that God didn't allow me to move in that direction, allow me to sit in that seat, because it is so much more. Because I talk to God about these things that I want for my future goals. And
Right.
that didn't fit in the script. Me being commissioner, and I'm like, okay, I understand this more and more.
Right.
You you gonna come out different. You gonna come out different. If you gotta make up in your mind, I want this, I want the best for my life. Um, I got 50 good more years to live. I'm 50 now. I want to live till I'm 50. And I want to live this life
That's right.
meaningful.
Right. That is so correct. And just something that you said too, as far as what I heard you say is, be careful what we pray for, because we're asking for things that we're not even ready for. And then we get discouraged because it's not our time. that don't be discouraged because it's not your time. That the time that you have is preparation.
Yeah,
That's when you have to sit with yourself. That's when you have to do these positive self talk. That's when you have to pray and lean on not your own understanding. And you would really come, like you said, and when you come out of it, you're gonna be different. Cause we still, yes, we rising, right? We still trying to get to the mountaintop. We're not fully there yet. We're not there all the way at the mountaintop. So a part of this, getting close to the top, you have to go through these different seasons and understanding. But I'm telling you, the higher that you get, the difference of what you are going to come out of it. And then you're going to look sometimes in certain situations, you're going to be so high that people can't even go up there to that altitude. They'll die.
exactly. Because
They can't even breathe it because you too far up there.
right, because what you have and what I have realized in this time in my life, I'm no longer seeking approval. I'm seeking alignment. I'm no longer seeking approval. I'm seeking alignment. And I'm not chasing after people. I choose peace. And once you get there, and I don't beg to be seen, I stand on knowing who I am and knowing my worth.
Right, right,
And
right,
in those silent battles, that's what I'm saying. I know my worth. I know that I can do it. Know what I can conquer without being on that commissioner seat. You know,
right,
and I learned so much about myself. Honestly, I really did.
right. And a part of this journey of us, keep taking these steps up to that getting to reaching that mountaintop. How do you manage expectations when life takes an unexpected turn?
When life the expectations, I mm, I'm thinking. I mean, if I unexpected term, how do I handle that? I have had to say no. I have had to make a U-turn if that, and I'm prayerful
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
inconvenience to someone else. But I have to, I don't go deep in the explanation, but I would say, you know what, this is just not the time right now for me. It's
Hmm.
not it's not fitting in my life because I have seen some things and I have to be obedient.
Hmm.
And I gotta walk in obedience because if I don't, like we were, discussing early, bite off more than you could chew. And
Right.
and I have to make a U-turn and make it work. Because life, you do have things that come up so unexpectedly, and it can knock you down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I stand on my faith, knowing that no matter what it is, it's not bigger than my God.
Right. Right.
So
Absolutely. I think too the biggest thing is that when life does take that unexpected turn, the first thing is to breathe. Just
yeah,
take a deep breath. Right. Because when we inhale, and it's called the box breathing. Look at me, y'all. I'm learning a little something. I told you your girl is in therapy. So it's called the box breathing. And that's when you take that inhale and you hold it, and then you exhale and you hold it. And what that does is that clears up the noise and just, give you a second to just like we all ask for, just give me a moment. Just give me that moment. And so I think that is so important to just breathe so that way you can see clearly, and you can take off. You can have the conversations. If I got to study for this test that's coming up, if whatever it is that you need to do, I got to handle this. You would at least, be in the right mind space to do so. That's how we get overwhelmed because we're like, we just going. And we're not even stopping to take a moment to just breathe.
and refresh.
Absolutely.
We have to hit the reset button.
Yeah. Yeah. That probably be that time where you need to tell yourself, I'm gonna just go lay down. I'm gonna just go lay down on this one. And I'll be back. but I gotta breathe this one through. I gotta go. Let me just lay my head on the pillow right quick.
Yes.
That's the thing. That is just so important.
Yes, that's called alignment. We realigning ourselves with our purpose and knowing that everything is okay and it's fine. It is fine. It is fine to not always have that timeline. It's okay to have delays. Because one thing is not denied if you are pressing forward and you have to
Right.
hit that button. Okay, is it okay?
Right.
It's delayed, but it's not denied because I want this thing and I'm going to do this thing.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And when you are preparing yourself, and and when it's like we saying, when it's meant for you, then you know that you have done everything to be able to receive this and also be disciplined on what you need to do to keep it and not mishandle it. Because we pray for these things like, oh Lord, increase my finances. Then you get the promotion. Now now you don't went out and you done brought all of these designer bags and a brand new car, and then you wondering where your money going at.
That part.
What they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
And that's what right now, my pay double since November. Never in a comfortable state. I have a 2017 Kia Forte that I will continue to drive. Don't have any payments because I can run out there and get a brand new car, but I want to see
Right.
it in the bank.
Right.
I'm
Right.
tired of having $7.99, hoping I can get from living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was tough. And
Right.
about going back just a teeny bit. You hear me, teeny. Single mother, that silent battle that I had to
Yeah.
make sure that me and my kids always ate, and it wasn't always what we wanted to eat, but we ate, going without so they can have.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people didn't see that. They thought that I had it and I was maintaining because I was making sacrifices for my daughter to do travel ball.
Mhm.
Go to the school in Gainesville. I was making sacrifices because I knew one day all of these things will pay off.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, they thought I, oh, you got money. Okay. And I just continue to confess. Yes, I do have money. I'm speaking. I'm a
Right.
wife.
Right.
So
Right. And like you said, when you're making those sacrifices, sometimes, you know, you have to make that sacrifice to say, you know what, I'm not going to get my nails done for the next 6 months because I need to save $50 to $100 right there, or I can't get my hair done right now because I'm in this period of I need to save. I need to have a savings account. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like what that felt like. Last year when I would overdraw my account all the time, and it's like I shouldn't even be living like this because now I'm paying back. I got to pay my account back, and I'm never seeing my money. So how does that work? Well, you know what? We're going to make some sacrifices. This is how it looks. This is the real talk that you have with yourself and just the realness. Like, okay, now you know what, you do order a lot of DoorDash. So we gonna cut back on DoorDash because listen, all of us are guilty of it. We guilty of it. We gonna cut back on the DoorDash and we gonna cook more. And these are examples of what that real talk looks like to you, right? You want to stop the anxiety, but you ain't been to the doctor in over a year. But you keep having this gas, whatever it is that let's just be real.
that yes, let's be real with ourselves that we need to make some changes. And that's what I never forget. My husband was like, "You have too many clothes. You have so many clothes, baby. Will you don't buy any more clothes?" I said, "Yeah." I put myself on 6 months buying any clothes, not buying. And guess what? I build the savings.
See?
I'm thinking retail
See?
therapy because I
See?
need to buy that.
Mm-hmm.
know? And it's just like, we guilty of those things that I need to do something just because. I done got to the point I need so much peace. I sit here in the house and I relax. I turn on my YouTube motivational, listen to that, things pouring into my mind, planting seeds in my mind of prosperity. And I'm
Right. Right.
prosperity. I'm talking about mental and emotional and spiritual prosperity. So I cannot lack in those areas. You know,
Right.
things are not gonna always be jam-packed right, tight. But I could be content in the lack.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. That listen, y'all. I hope y'all are taking notes, and I hope you go back and watch episode 1 and 2. So this would all make sense. But just having that, just keeping it on this real talk. We do go through life and where we question, where we just don't know, like, if faith is failing us, am I strong enough to keep going through this? What advice would you give someone who feels like their faith or strength is failing them?
Back to I heard you say, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Give yourself some grace. Find you a good book. If it got to be a book on faith, if it got to be a book on strength, if you got to go to counseling. Don't die in your winter season. Because you don't, when I say die spiritually, die emotionally,
Yeah. Yeah.
die mentally. Seek the help that you may need. Find you somebody that you can talk to. If you can't pay for
Right.
a therapist, hey, tell that friend, you might be going through something. I might be going through something, but we need to have a meeting of mind once a month or once a week. You cry, I cry. We listen to each other till we can get this thing figured out. Let's
Right.
encourage. We don't want to have no pity parties because that's going to keep us from not pursuing what we want. And that's greater. That's yes.
Right.
So I must say, in the midst of failure, what we think is what our faith and our script is failing us, we actually are growing. We're growing because it's developing character within us
Right.
to say, I know this is right now where I'm at. And how do I come out of it? And how do I maintain that? And I can encourage you to find somebody, or just, if you just don't have nobody, journal to you can journal 55 pages a day, because you are important.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the when you say about the whole journaling thing, I saw Steve Harvey on social media. It always comes up. I don't know why. And he talks about, write down 300 things that you need from God. And so I started doing that. And when you really think about it, you like, when you first hear it, you like, 300 things. Like, okay, wait a minute. I really just need, you start counting your hand. I probably just really need 10. But what it does is it really have you sit down and really be, you break it down. You just say, oh, I need a new car. No, I need this type of make, model, year. I want the heated seats, the sunroof, whatever it is. Now it's you digging down deep in it. You just not asking for the finances, but I want to be obedient when I get it. Here's the amount that I need. I want to have a savings. I want to have a certificate. I want to be, take financial literacy so I know how to invest now. And it's so easy. By the time you get to 300, you look up and you like, wow.
Right.
But then you also realize you're taking it off of your head and you're putting it on paper.
Yes. You said something so powerful, because it's the mental state. You're taking it from here and putting it here. And what you're doing, you're hashing out those things that
Yeah.
in your brain, the trauma and all of these things that meant destroy you, you are allowing it to rebuild you.
Yep. Yep.
And that struggle, you also being redefined.
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness.
You know, don't let that struggle define you. Just let it be refinement. And it's go through refinement.
Don't let the struggle define you. Let it be refinement. Okay?
Yeah. Even though in your fight, the failure, it is not final. In your failure, it's not final. Just
Yeah.
that God has the final word. And
Yes, absolutely.
you into some things. And that's why we're talking about journaling, going to therapy, doing these things for yourself. And you got
Right.
stuff. I have to go in this mindset because I'm in the classroom.
Right.
Put yourself in a classroom and put your mindset in that classroom. Each level, elevation is something required of you. We want these things, but not realizing in these things as we go to the next level. The word say, to whom much is given, much is required.
Yep.
So don't keep asking for the thing if you don't think it's something gonna come with it. Or not come with it, I should say. It's something that's going to come with it, and it
Right.
may be a failure, but it's not final. Keep trying, keep going.
Yep.
It may take you
Yep.
5 years, 10 years, but
Yep.
keep going.
Keep going.
Don't stop doing
Absolutely.
do.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm doing right now for myself. Another, hey, the past month, because I knew what I needed to do. I had to take time out. I had trainings on top of trainings on top of trainings for my
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
over 10 trainings, and I got an exam on this Saturday. But I had to do something because I want something greater. I want to be in that VPK teacher role. I want to be
Right.
a teacher. I am going back. University of Florida has given me an opportunity. I can get my education for free. So spring, I'm going to be sitting there. Hey, I didn't get my bachelor's degree in my time frame, or I didn't get my master's degree in my time frame. But watch God work. Watch.
And it's and the teacher gonna be the student. Yep.
So
Yep.
it's okay. It's
Yep.
okay. It's not denied because I want this. I want this for myself.
Yes, yes, I love that. And we didn't come tonight to hold y'all long. Being that we just gonna call this a special edition since we are running in the time. We are running in the time, but we definitely wanted to make sure that we came on because we are on an assignment.
Yeah.
Um and if you understand, and those that get it, those they understand. But I just wanted to ask this one bonus question before we close out. What's one truth about your journey that even surprised you?
How strong I am.
Ooh,
How strong I am. And the strength that I carry, that I know is nobody but God that give me the strength to wake up and face who I am and what I have endured.
yes, yes. I
Yeah.
think for me, I have learned more about resilience and vulnerability this season in my life than I have ever, you know the definitions of these words, but it hit different when you actually go through that journey of the feels, and then when you say, like you said tonight, when you come out on the other side of it and you reflect, you're like, wow, I didn't even know. Because that's something that I went through that could have taken somebody else out. But I'm still here, I am still standing. But not only am I still standing, but I'm standing stronger than ever. I'm not leaning to the side. I'm not slouched over. Like I am sitting up firm, and like the oak tree.
Yes, ma'am.
Like that oak tree.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, so I mean, this assignment, that was brought to us. I am so grateful, and humble that, we put this together to hopefully inspire and encourage the listeners out here, because it's definitely working for me. I go back, I watch these episodes. I ain't telling y'all to just do it because I want the ratings and the views. I'm telling you to do it because I'm doing it. There's nothing, let me just say this. There has been nothing that I have not spoke about on this podcast, on all episodes, that I have not gone through, that I have not done. And if, when we talk about write it down and make it plain, we're sitting here in the ladies lounge. This is something that I wrote down over a year ago, that I just so happened to find. And I was like, I knew it's something that I wanted to do, but I didn't know how it looked. How was it going to look? I knew it was like, I just wanted to be inspirational, inspiring, and motivational and encouraging for other people. Cause I'm like, if I know I'm going through this, I can only imagine what other people are going through. And these are conversations that we need to have.
Yes, ma'am.
We need to be raw. We need to just have that real talk. It's no more hiding behind closed doors, unless deemed necessary, but just to have those conversations to say it is okay to go behind closed doors. It is okay to just be vulnerable. It is okay to show your emotions and cry.
Yes, ma'am.
That doesn't make you emotional. That makes you a human. And sometimes those tears are the breath that you do need, because you don't even know how to formulate your words, because you're just so full. So my tears have words to them. I just can't articulate or formulate my words right now. But once I get through this nap, once I just get, how they say the Snickers commercial, you're not you when you're hungry. That's what it is. So let me fuel myself. And when I come back, I promise you I got you. But I want just people to understand that this is not just words. Like I tell y'all, this ain't no fly by night. This is why I bring these guests on, because these are real people that are out here in the community doing the work. They've done the work, still doing the work in their personal journeys. Because like we say, it's a journey, it's not a destination.
Amen.
Your vacation is a destination, but this real life talk that we talking, this is a journey. And it ain't gonna look pretty all the time.
Absolutely.
But you definitely you don't have to look like what you've been through. Now that we just gonna let it be known up here, okay? We just not gonna do that. We're
Right.
not, because you can still keep it cute. We ain't saying we have to do too much, but still show, because you're showing up for yourself.
Show up for yourself. Yes.
Because
Yes, ma'am.
people are watching. You would be so surprised how many people are watching and
Yep.
waiting. What's gonna happen on the next episode, or what Rosa gonna talk about, in her next engagement and speaking engagement that she has. You just never know. So
Yes.
as we close out, y'all, I hate to do this to y'all and myself, because we could talk about this and go on and on, but
Yeah.
we actually have a bonus episode, so we're not gonna leave y'all hanging, and we'll be able to just tie it all together. So we got one more episode, but I want y'all to understand that Real Talk reminds us that life isn't always picture perfect, but it is purposeful. So thank you again, Rosa, for your honesty and vulnerability tonight. And if this conversation encouraged you to keep going, even when life gets messy, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this to someone. Share the last episodes to someone, everyone at this point, because these are conversations that need to be had.
Yes.
Join us for part 4. We are going to talk about the renewal. We telling y'all to breathe. We telling y'all to breathe, but we have to let you know what that renewal feels like. Okay, so join us in part 4 of Rooted and Rising. You don't want to miss this final conversation in this series, and you already know how we close it out. Rosa, do you have any words of encouragement to leave our viewers tonight?
I want to encourage you all to remain steadfast. Steadfast. And meet us back next the next episode for for the renewal, because it's going to be powerful.
It is. It's definitely going to be powerful. So we will see you all here week after after next, not next week, y'all, because your girl has some stuff to do. It is back to school. So shout out to everyone that has already started school. I just pray you all have a successful school year. To my teachers, we would not be able to do it without you. So on behalf of the parents, I want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up for our children. Y'all, it is my son's senior year. So on Monday, it is his first day as a senior. Shout out to class of 2026. Hopefully I could get him to come back on and we could do him and Maya, who I had on previously, and they can share with us their school of choice that they have chosen. So I'm so excited, y'all. I am talking college talk, which is why I'm not going to be here next week in the ladies lounge, because I gotta do some stuff on my end for my baby boy and show up for him. We talking about showing up, right? I told y'all, like, my life right now is a whirlwind, but it's all in positivity and good space. So just remember, in this space, we don't shrink, we shine. We don't compete, we connect. And we don't just talk, we grow. This is the ladies lounge, where everyone has a voice and every story has a power. I am your host, Britt Danielle. I will see you all week after next. Until then, please be safe. Everyone, please, if nobody has told you, let me be the first that I love you and you got this. Keep rising, keep being rooted, keep being authentically yourself, y'all. Until next